Good evening, Chief. Welcome to the Villain Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Or as I like to call it, Villain Hour, or Villain Time, or I don't know, I haven't come up with something yet, but whatever. But we have some topics that we've been talking about that we wanted to make some videos about, but I think we agreed that the first one should be how we met. And I think the story is kind of cool and very... coincidence? Like, it matches in time? I don't know, I want to kind of come up with like a perfect word for that. But basically, so you're the pilot that makes a rotation down here at 6RTB.
Yes.
So to give the students training, while the students are going through their field exercise here in Florida phase, they can, on certain days, they get to talk to pilots and call actual medevacs for soldiers that they receive casualties on, so they can get that real life training of how it's going to be in real life. As you guys know, I take medevac very seriously because I was medevaced in Afghanistan. So when it comes to doing that training as a platoon sergeant walker, and they're actually calling up the 9 line and getting a soldier out of there, that's a big deal to me. So and I force that function very heavily. So basically, you know, the Taken crew, the Flatiron crew, they come down and they provide us, the instructors, a real world, just in case an emergency happens, medevac, and they also provide training to the students. So basically, you come down for a rotation about 3 months ago, and I'm the platoon sergeant walker that day, and we're doing a hoist, which is, you know, they drop the helicopter hovers, drops the medic down, they do coordinations, they secure the casualty on the Skedco, and they go back up with it. So I remember I'm calling in the 9 line, just making sure it's all proper, and I can hear your voice over the net, and obviously it's a girl voice, and I'm like, oh, this is that pilot that comes into the bub every day. Bub, it's our little morning meeting before we go out to be Ranger instructors. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know who this is. I put a face to it the minute I heard her voice. And I was like, okay. So we did a mission, we did that hoist mission together, went smooth, perfect, right? And you all know me, I'm the social media guy, I'm always making videos for everybody. So I was kind of recording some of it, and I was recording her medic that came down, and everyone always likes to act like in the military, like, oh, I'm too cool to get videoed, but then the minute they get videoed, they want the video. So her medic, he wasn't acting like he was too cool, but guys never take videos of themselves. So I was videoing him doing his thing, strapping up to the casualty and going up, and that's like a really cool job to have in the military and a cool thing to do. So he hit you up and said like, hey, can you get with him, because I saw him recording and I would love those videos. You know what I'm saying? Not a hater, cool guy. That was what was his name? That was your Sergeant Medic, or
that was Sergeant Leonard.
Mm-hmm. Sergeant Leonard. So he hit her up and was like, hey, can you find out? And she Chief has been with us a while. She's in all of our main group chats because she comes out and helps out with us a lot. So she knew kind of I was the guy who did the social media in the battalion, because I'm always like posting the videos. Every time I make a video before I put it on our Instagram, I'll put it on our battalion group chat. So she was like, yeah, I got you. So she texted me and was just like, hey man, I saw you taking, like, hey, great working with you, good hoist we had, but hey, those videos you take, are you gonna do anything with those? And I was like, yeah, Chief, I'm gonna make an edit, I'm gonna make it look really cool and just kind of help, throw our tag on there. And she was just like, oh, that'd be cool if I could get some of those, so I could give them to my medic. He saw you, and he wants some cool videos, like he knows you take good videos. So I was like, oh man, yeah, of course. So I made the edits. We met up I said it'd be better if I airdrop it, wouldn't be fuzzy. So that's when we first like officially met. And other than always seeing you in the gym kill it every morning at PT. But other than that was the first time we got to officially meet.
That's right.
And then we talked social media. You're a bodybuilder. You're into social media, so we had a good conversation about that. And then I think I filmed some gym videos for you, and then vice versa. You helped me out while I was in the gym. Hey, can you get this angle? So we kind of shared that gym like camaraderie and wanting to be like we're both trying to up our social media game when it comes to fitness. And then, so fast forward, you leave, and then I come down on Jump Master instructor orders to go do that, which I was really happy about. But you came back down while I was doing that, and I asked, I forget who reached out to who, but you were like, yeah, hey, I'm about to, when you guys get down here, you do your recon flight, where you go like fly over the beach and you check all the hospitals. Like they have to do their recon flight when they get here to just make sure all the hospital landing pads are good. They they can touch down and kill it, because it's generally always a new pilot crew. And I asked if I could go on that so I can make like a bunch of pictures and videos for you guys and for us, for 6RTB to get, the cloud of like seeing, the camp from, the sky and all that, and seeing all the HLZs, I wanted to see it, and you can't, there's nothing beats a helicopter ride. So I remember I asked if I could go on that, and you were like, yeah, cool, this day we're gonna do our recon, if you don't mind, like, make sure wear your uniform, like, come early so we can do the whole safety brief and everything. But yeah, I'd be down, I'll take you up. And I was like, awesome. So I took you up on that, and we did our little recon flight, and it was cool that I got to make another cool edit for you guys in the Flatiron crew, because you guys always help us out. So I had a blast doing that. I love that. And I think my favorite part was when you took us on the beach, the shoreline.
It's my favorite part.
I know, and you were like, this is my favorite part, get ready, boys. And then she like flew the beach, but like in the ocean, looking at the beach, just the whole coastline. Because we had to go check like an HLZ down there or something like that.
That's right.
And I was just like, damn, this shit beautiful. But what was cool is you were down the entire time I was at the Jump Master course for that field exercise, so we weren't going to get to work together.
That's right.
But then basically, I graduated Jump Master instructor course. We graduated our class, and there were 4 days left on the walk schedule. And one of the days was Captain Phillips, who's my ex-company commander, who's someone I got really close with in my time here. It was his golden walk, right? His last walk as an RI. And we have a bunch of new guys in our company, so he had 2 new guys on his schedule. And I remember just saying, oh, no, we can't do that. Like, I will volunteer for a walk, and so did the other walker, Sergeant Petrowski. He was like, no, like, we're going to volunteer, and we're going to do this with Captain Phillips, because, like, he's the guy we've walked with, this whole year. That's our company commander. What I'm saying? Now, the new guys are killing it. They're great NCOs, but we just kind of like, it would have just meant, me and Ski felt like it would have meant more to Captain Phillips for us to be there with him. So we volunteer for that walk. We get put on the walk schedule. And when I go to the bub, you're sitting in the bub, and it was F5, and it was the Charlie Company hoist at Cochise North. And I'm like, no way, that was the hoist that we first met at, or like worked together with. So I was just like, no way, Chief. And then we like fist bumped, and I'm like, well, we're gonna get to do the hoist again. So then, like butter,
Killed it.
9 comes up, taking 2-5 en route, and I'm like, here she comes, boys. Like, so
that was actually a really cool mission.
Yeah.
Specifically for that one, we're coming full circle. Like, you're coming to a close in your military career. I'm coming to a close in this specific unit working directly for 6RTB. But the really neat part of it was whoever you had evaluated that night, who called the 9 line, was also a girl. It's being piloted by a girl, and the medic was a girl. And I'm not trying to push a feminist agenda, but that's just really freaking cool. When does that happen?
It was kind of cool. It lined up like that.
It lined up.
Yeah, we have 1 female ranger in our in the class right now.
Yeah.
In our platoon.
Which is really neat.
And it lined up that she was PSG. She was getting PSG graded, which covers the 9 line. You're the female pilot, and your female medic that comes down. Yeah. She was a female. Like, it was just and I think the last cool 3 times you came down here, you haven't come down here with that female.
I haven't.
It's been the
I haven't. Yeah. So it's been really cool to just like change up the cruise a little bit, get a different experience within our helicopter, and then of course giving that experience to your students, and being able to talk to someone on the other end of the 9 line or the actual radio and understand that we're humans too. We're here to help. So I thought that was really neat. Like I said, we came full circle, and we're coming to a close in our chapters right now, and I think that's just really beautiful.
I do too.
And I'm ready for whatever's next to see how your story unfolds and see where I go.
I like that. No, yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad you brought it up, because that's another thing I always tell stud for students. Yeah. When they get on the mic to talk to a real pilot, they're just like, line 1, Lima, Fife, Tree, Niner. Yeah. They like try and be like so, and I'm just like, listen, I always like calm, like right before I on the mic, I'm like, look, they're a person, like go line by line, but you can just speak to them. And you're really good about getting on the mic, because I'm listening like while they're talking to you. They're really good about like, okay, cool. When I come, I'm gonna say 30 seconds out. I want you to throw the smoke, and then I'm gonna identify the color. You're gonna confirm the color, and then and there's like, you're really good at like
having a
calming them down. Yes.
We're just having a conversation. Stay cool and collect. I mean, these are really good training scenarios, so that way they can lean on these examples if something does happen downrange or in the future, and something does need to be done down to the detail. So she did really well. She asked me if I needed more information. She prompted me because I prompted her. I think that was really well done. I think there's been a lot of growth since the first one we did. The first one we did was extremely smooth, at least from your perspective. From our side, we had a couple challenges we needed to overcome as far as communication issues. But this one, like you said, like butter, the students very well trained this go around. You guys knew exactly what you were doing. And it's just precision is the word that comes to mind. And I think that's really important. So
that's perfect. All right, you ready to talk about these topics?
Let's do it.
I love it.